I think a lot of our clients or the kind of the sector that we play in, the companies are doing well, and they're thinking, well, now's not the time. Let's just keep growing and let our numbers keep improving, and we'll do a deal in a year or two's time. And so that's almost false sense of security by waiting because of good performance is equally challenging, because the one thing we've learned over the years, and we've seen it with multiple transactions, is it's the trajectory of your earnings, not the actual earnings themselves. And you may have another year or two of really good earnings, but it may flatten out, or something could happen in 6 months' time, and then all of a sudden that good run is ended. So that's definitely something. I think a lot of business owners, there's always something that's in the way. They just want to land one contract. They just want to make some change internally. There's always something, and that's, I think, just representative of this uncertainty in making a commitment. And I think if only we could just show most business owners that it's not a point of no return. By not doing anything, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And I think to make that decision and step forward and move forward with the likes of deal leaders is a big challenge. And I think often it's hard to understand what the real reason is. And unfortunately, a lot of clients as well, or potential clients, have had bad experiences, and ironically, often not with an M&A advisor, but just with a consultant. And unfortunately, you get lumped into this group. And so there's lots of scars and T-shirts, if you like, that you've almost got to work through. You've got to, there's perceived risk in going to market. A big concern still is, I don't want the market to know my company's on the market, the confidentiality and all of those elements. And again, just that uncertainty, of the economy, the election coming up next year, interest rates, take your pick, power, but ironically, they just keep moving forward. So there's lots of layers to it, and it's just to try and peel them away.
As you mentioned the other day, one of the parties who've been kind of sitting on the fence for the last year, I think, just, and they think of their value, their wealth in terms of dollars. Well, that dollar wealth got nailed quite a bit if they, by not being in the process, not being able to pull off a transaction before the last 6 months hit our currency pretty bad.
Obviously in that case, one shareholder's in South Africa, one is in the US, and chatting to the US shareholder, we really try to go to market at the beginning of the year. And the indecisiveness of not doing anything for the last couple of months, in dollar terms, they've lost 30% of the value of their business. So it is material, and it's just you can control the trajectory, you can control the process moving forward, but it's that whole proactive versus reactive. Everybody knows as a business owner, in every example that you've been reactive, it generally hasn't worked out well. In those cases that you've been proactive, it generally you control the agenda, the journey more so, and the results are a lot more positive.